All right, cool. I'm letting everybody in.
Ooh, happy Saturday, everybody. What's good with y'all?
Happy Saturday.
Saturday.
Hey, let's see. Thank you, Sage. Happy Saturday, everybody. Hi, Juke. Good to see you. Always good to see you.
Hey, Juke. Juke's all the way in Berlin? No, Poland, the UK.
Juke's been awake for so long. They were messaging me at like 10 p.m. last night. I was like, I'm going to bed for my event. Good night.
Juke is in Brussels. I got you.
NYC time. All right, NYC time. Easy enough. We got Manuel in the building. What's good?
Hey, Manuel. And we can shout out a couple of people that are in here, by the way. Marley, you know a few folks that are in the building if you want to shout out.
Yeah, we got a couple of beat makers already in the building. Brandon's here. Let me see. Ishmael's here. Ezer's here. Happy to have y'all. I pre-listened to the beats. They're fire. Me and Tammy were like already making songs while we were listening to them. Couldn't help it. Let's see who we got. Ara, how are you? Aubrey, what's good? Let me see. I'm trying to see everybody. Oh, nice. All right. Start a little breakouts. Aubrey, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you are, and what you do?
Hi, I'm Aubrey. I am a singer, producer, songwriter. I'm from Maryland, and right now I'm a college student.
Hey, turn up. What's your major?
Entrepreneurship.
Period. Heard you. Important. Well, thank you for coming through. Nice to meet you. Let's see who we got.
Can you
Farhan.
see?
Yeah, I can kind of see people. If you can turn your cameras on, that'll help me also kind of identify y'all a little bit better. But Farhan, I've seen you before. Can you tell the audience who you are, where you are, and what you do?
Yeah, so can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. My name is Farhan Kamal. I am a producer. Right now, I am working as an AV tech in an AV company. And I'm from Irving, Texas.
Irving, Texas. Shout out to Texas.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here today. Happy Saturday, man.
No problem. Anytime.
Peace. Lauren, I don't know if you're available to chat, but if you can you tell us who you are, where you are, and what you do? Let's see, give her a little bit. You can type in the chat too. Coach Reed King, how you doing? Welcome in. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, where you are?
Oh, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I am a producer, songwriter, and I'm just happy to be here. I finally got a chance to catch one of y'all guys' Zooms again. So yeah.
Much love for the D. My grandmother and my grandfather from Detroit. So that's
what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Welcome back, Coach Reed King. Welcome back.
Hey.
Make some noise. I already see in the chat, Abby has already put in our contact sheet. So if y'all want to drop your names and your social media handles to kind of get to know people from today a little bit more, it's right there for you. Would love to connect after this event as well. Jackson Henderson, what's good with you? I like your setup. Can you tell us who you are, where you at, and what you do? We can't hear you. We can't hear you on mute still.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Good. Yeah, Jackson Henderson. I am in Memphis, Tennessee, and do basically everything from start to finish. Make beats, produce, engineer, rap, and kind of got my own label. It's called Damage Media Group. So I run that out of Memphis.
Love to see it. A lot of good music out of Tennessee. I have an echo, don't I? Jackson, can you mind going back on mute? I think that, is there still an echo now?
You're good now.
All right, there it is. Cool. Let's see who else is over here. Lev, are you available to chat?
Lev, are you in the building? It's okay. Maybe he or she can't come on too.
All good, all good. I respect it. Ayana, if you can introduce yourself, please unmute yourself and tell us where you at, where you coming from, what you do.
Yeah, so I'm coming from Dallas, Texas. I'm actually kind of new to this space, so I'm just here to kind of absorb and everything, but I'm just an office manager right now at a mental health office. And so, yeah, taking my passion for music and seeing what I can do with it.
Heck yeah, well, thank you for being here today. Really appreciate it. And I might have to come see you for that other stuff.
All right, gotcha.
Brianna, how did you hear about the event?
So my friend, she's really good at finding stuff. She's very resourceful. So she found this event and sent it to me. And she was like, hey, you're interested in this stuff, so check it out. And so that's why I'm here today.
That's awesome. Welcome in. Welcome to the Finessed family. Anyone who is new, welcome to the Finessed family.
Yes, welcome, welcome. Shout out to everybody who has good enough friends to invite them to something like this. That's what's up. Let's see who else we got in here. Era, are you available? Are you out here? Are you with us today?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi. My cousin actually is interning for you guys, so she was like, yo, come check out the link to this. So yeah, I'm here.
Who's your cousin?
Miyaka.
Yeah.
Had to bring the family through.
All love. We love the support. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, let's see a couple more people.
Oh, Marley, why don't we see Ezer? Is he in the building?
Is Ezer in the building? I think I did. Yeah, Ezer's right here. What's up, Ezer?
Ezer, can you speak? If not, Ezer is a very talented soccer player who also doubles down as a producer. And he'll also be sharing some of his music today.
Yeah, we got a couple beat makers in here today. Ishmael's in here. Do you want to introduce yourself, Ish?
Hello, good morning, good afternoon. I'm Ishmael. I make beats, and currently I'm working on the show on Stars called P-Valley as a post-production assistant. And yeah, that is me.
Ishmael, you're just dropping that like it's nothing. Oh, just working on P-Valley, no big deal. Congrats, that's awesome.
So casual. And the music for that show is fire too. It really is. The whole script is fire. We got a couple of fans in the building, so happy to have you. Let's see, okay. Shine just got in here. What's up, Shine? If you can hear me, make some noise. Let's see. Shine. All right, we'll tap back in with him in a little bit. All right, I think we're ready to go, Tammy. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling awesome. I'm ready to bounce and dance and learn and get to know people and just have a good time.
Me too. So we might as well just get right into it then, huh?
I think so. Let's do it.
All right, well, let me introduce myself. Hi, everyone. My name is Tammy Henderson. I'm an events and marketing coordinator for Finesse Media, and today I'm your co-host for this panel. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to hear some amazing music from some amazing producers. And if you're lucky enough to be in the building with us today, then you're in for a treat for sure. We're constantly striving to give our community the best experiences to expand upon their craft, and our events are one of the ways in which we do that. With that being said, we have 4 of the dopest producers in the game gracing us with their presence today that I'm happy to. But first, let me introduce my lovely co-host, Marley.
Thank you, Tammy, for the sweet introduction. I hear a little bit of a echo, so if you're not speaking, can you please keep your self on mute, please? That'll help us and help you guys hear us. But anyways, what's up, y'all? I'm Marley. I am a music marketer for Finesse Media, and I also create TikTok content. I'm honored to be co-hosting today. Thank you all for having me. To start us off, I'm just gonna run down the event really quickly. So for the first 30 minutes, we're gonna have a discussion with our epic panelists where we'll learn about their backgrounds and key practices to making hit records. Then around 12:45, we'll open the floor up back to you guys, so you have your chance to ask any questions that you may have. Then the last 40 minutes, we are going to find the song of the summer in our beat battle. Anyways, I've talked a lot about the event, so let's get right into it. Tammy, will you please introduce our lovely guests?
I'm so glad you asked. Allow me to introduce them. First up, we have Jonah Christian, Grammy-nominated, Billboard charting, platinum-selling producer. He has worked with the likes of Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Normani. The list goes on. Thanks for coming, Jonah. You can give a little wave to our audience. Let them know that you're here. And next up, we have Malik, aka The Real Killam, who rose up in the public eye through internet virality and has produced for XXXtentacion, YMW Melly, Ski Master Some Guy, and more. Hey, Malik. Entering the spotlight, we have Gnarly, renowned producer, finger drummer, live performer, content creator, and educator. She does it all effortlessly, giving her the opportunity to work with brands like Red Bull, Reverb, and BandLab, and artists such as Nikita Gill. Thanks for coming, Gnarly. And last but not least, we have Demetrius, aka Hero the Producer, a Grammy-nominated multi-platinum selling producer. Having produced for Fetty Wap, Snoop Dogg, Kodak Black, and more, he is a force to be reckoned with. I'm super excited to have you here, Demetrius.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
This panel.
Woo, woo! Fire, heat. All right, so thank you so much for introducing our panelists. Thank you, panelists, for being here. I just wanted to remind you all to keep your mics off and your cameras on. That will help us have a smooth event, but also stay connected with each other. And you're definitely going to want to have a pen and paper near you, your notes app out, something, because these panelists are for sure going to be spitting that fire to you today. All right, well, without further ado, let's get to know our panelists. Jonah, Gnarly, Demetrius, Malik. Our audience is dying to learn about your journey and how you've gotten to where you are today and have been able to work with the artists you've been able to work with. Malik, can you start us off a little bit by telling us how you got to where you are now and a little bit about what you do?
So my name is Malik, aka The Real Killam. So I'm a 23-year-old producer songwriter. I started making music when I was about 8. I've always looked up to Kanye. So when 808s and Heartbreaks dropped, that album really forced me to want to do music. I heard it and then it just, I don't know what it was. It made me emotional, made me feel, and it made me really want to do music. So after that moment, I'm like, I want to rap. So from 8 until I was in like middle school, I'm, rapping, recording through my phone, uploading it to convert it to an MP3, then just releasing it on like Hot New Hip Hop, calling it and stuff like that. So then when I got in high school, I'm like, okay, I want to make music, but I don't have the money to pay for beats. So I started making my own beats. I'm like, okay, why spend money when I can make my own? So I'm making my own beats and stuff like that, making my own beats. And then I'm like, dang, people buying the beats. I'm getting money. I'm in high school. I'm like 15 people buying this. They wasn't good. I promise you, the beats wasn't good. But I'm able to convince people. So people is buying the beats. They suck. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just be a producer now. It's making me money. It's good money. Being a rapper kind of takes a longer time. Being a producer, I'm getting upfront money. So I started producing and working and stuff. And then I used to upload beats on YouTube. So one day I uploaded a beat. It was Halloween. It was for it was like a Young Thug type beat when he made Slime Season 2. So uploaded the beat, whatever. I get an email from Ski Master Slump Dog. He's like, hey, can I use this beat? I said, yeah. I gave it to him. He ended up putting XXXtentacion on it. And then that was like my first big major placement. So then years later, I got to work with YMW Melly before he went to jail and stuff like that. So we did a couple songs. And the song that one of the songs that we did ended up being a song with him and King Von. It's called Rollin', and that's out right now. And then me and him got another song with somebody else, but I can't speak on that. But we got, we just got stuff in the vault. And then along with me being a producer, I'm a songwriter also. So I've written songs for like Dolla. That's one of the ones that I got confirmed. I done cut a lot of demos, but the rest of them I haven't heard back from. So, that's kind of like how I got to where I am. And then just a random side note, I also do YouTube. So my YouTube is like it's like a demo factory. Like I act like other artists. I'll act like Kendrick Lamar. I'll act like Brent Faiyaz. I'll act like Chris Brown just to show art, just to show people how the people sound. So I'll write a song, make a beat, sing it, upload it. People tend to like it. So, that's who I am. I'm The Real Killam.
Just casually working with legends, just casually selling beats at 15. Okay. That's what's up. Way to be resourceful, man, for real. Gnarly, I'm really impressed with your background and being on TED Talks and the whole nine. Can you introduce yourself to the audience and tell us kind of how you got to where you are now?
Hey, what's up? I'm Gnarly. I actually had a very similar start into beat making as Malik. When I was in school, I started playing piano when I was a kid, right? When I was 6 years old. I always knew from when I started playing that I wanted to do something in music. I just didn't know what. And then as a teenager, I kind of started rapping, and then I got into that, and then this was like in the days before everyone had smartphones, right? So I was recording on digital cameras, uploading that onto my computer, ripping it off on Audacity, and uploading it to MySpace. Like, I don't know if all of you guys even know what MySpace is, but that was like back in the early days of the internet. And then yeah, I started making beats because I wanted something that I could rap on myself, and I just fell in love with beat making and producing. And I always knew I wanted to be more than just a bedroom producer, right? Like I wanted to start doing live performance, and so that was how I got into finger drumming and doing all that kind of stuff. But it's been a wild journey.
Thank you. I love how you guys are all multi-talented. Like very impressive. So wave out the camera, tell everyone hello. Thank you for introducing yourself. Demetrius, you sitting there waiting patiently. You eager, I could tell. Hop into it.
I was in the chat because she said Audacity. I was like, woo. I tried using Audacity years ago. It just yeah, it was like that. But for me, my whole family does music. So my dad played. Of course, I grew up in church. I'm the average church guy, story producer. I started playing drums when I was 3 years old. You know, I've been playing in church even currently up until now. But how I kind of got my start in producing in 2008 was one of my friends had FL. And so I told him to come put it on my grandma's laptop. And I basically took my grandma's laptop hostage and started like trying to make what I heard in my head, because I've always had ideas in my head, but I was like, how can I get them out? You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I did all the way up until now still, actually. And so around maybe like 2017, 2018 is when I actually got my first placement. And that was because I was playing at a church, and the keyboard player was real cool with London on the track. So he was like, bro, just send me some tracks. Like, I want to hear what you're making. And so he played the beats for London, and London called me. It took me to Buffalo Wild Wings to chop it up with me and everything. And so I ended up actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but I ended up becoming like a ghost producer under London for like 2 years. Yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings, and it was fine. I became a ghost producer for London for 2 years, and kind of found my feet after that. You know, he was my doorway in to the industry, you know, with Miley Cyrus and Grizzley, which are the newer placements and stuff like that. He actually helped me to get in those rooms and kind of get my feet wet in that. So now, you know, I recently did Sacrifices for Dreamville. Also, you know, The Shy, The 20s, a couple other TV shows on OWN. Like, it's just been almost like a snowball effect. And so, yeah, that's me.
Well, now I really got to give London his props. I already fuck with him as a producer, but now he's on, so I'm like, dang, he really out here.
He really did, man. And he told me, he was like, he had heard my beats, and he was like, hey, man, you're a musician, ain't it? I was like, yeah. He was like, your beats are too good. You need to dumb it down some. So, like, he actually taught me how to, like, actually make beats tailored for artists, you know what I'm saying? Instead of making beats that just sound good as an instrumentalist.
Definitely want to hear you talk more about that.
Gotcha.
Audience. Jonah, before we get into more of the Q&A, can you introduce yourself? Tell us your story.
Yeah. What's up, guys? I'm Jonah. I'm a producer. I'm based here in Los Angeles, California. I'm actually from San Diego originally. I used to babysit Marley when she was like a little snot-nosed kid, which is crazy to see how far she's come. I'm super proud of you. But yeah, I'm a producer, songwriter here in LA. Yeah, it's a long journey, you know, so I'm not going to get too deep into it, but yeah, came up in a music household, but more so sports. My dad was a professional soccer player. He played for Jamaica in the Olympics. He was a G in his day. I really wanted to be like him. So my whole life was dedicated to soccer. I went to college on a soccer scholarship. First year there, I tore my ACL and really started diving into the music, like in a real way, and kind of put that same discipline that I had put into sports into the music, you know. But I've been making music for a long time, you know. I had an older brother, and back in the LimeWire days, like he definitely pirated that shit. I feel like I only know like 3 people that pay for FL Studio, if I'm being completely honest with you. But that's just the nature of the beast. But anyway, maybe don't put that on the recording though. But I feel like they gotta know. They gotta know though. Anyway, yeah. So long story short, after soccer practice, I come home and make beats, and my parents would celebrate it because they're like, "Yo, this is music. This is productive." So they were cool with it, you know. And then eventually, fast forward, right, tore my ACL, kind of lost my ability to play and put the same type of discipline into the music. And that was kind of my thing. And I was like, shit, what else am I like kind of good at? And so really dove in head first, graduated, got a job in the like music adjacent, but didn't necessarily think I could make money in the music industry just because kind of most people, you know, it's not like the safest job, right? And so my family was like, yo, Jonah, you're dope at making music, but like, you're gonna starve if you try and make music as a job. Because they just don't, most families don't know that it's a real viable career if you know, take your time and do it and take certain steps. So, you know, I moved to LA and got like a big boy corporate job working for Beats by Dre. Got really lucky, met one of the executives at a party in Vegas very randomly. She invited me to come work for her, and I kind of came in as an underling, super low level intern and built my way up. Eventually became a marketing manager. And then when Apple bought Beats, Zane Lowe moved into the building, Apple Music moved into the building. All of these movers and shakers within the music community were getting poached and hired by Apple Music. And I'm still over here, kind of still underling. I'm like, I'm a manager now, but I still, it's a huge hierarchy. It's a huge company. But I kind of used that opportunity when Apple bought the company to network with the movers and shakers at Apple Music, which at that point was this brand new thing. And they were like trying to get help wherever they could. So I kind of like finagled my way into Zane's office one day. And I was talking shop with him, just talking music. This was like 2014, 2015. And at that point, SoundCloud was like still the shit. And Selection was dominating SoundCloud at the time. If you guys know about that label here in LA. And those are my guys actually, because I'd been hustling, going to little beat events back then. I was still a corporate boy, so these people didn't even really know I was a producer like that. Met Selection, would bring them into the office just to like kick it at lunch. And at one point, Zane was like, bro, I'm trying to get Selection on our radio show. I can't get in touch with them. They're a little elusive. Like Joe K, who's the head of it, is like very elusive and doesn't fuck with anybody really. So I brought him to the office and introduced him to Zane. And Zane's like, Jonah, like, how'd you get Joe in here? How do you know all these musicians? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yo, this is actually after work. Like, I'm producing music. That's what I do. And so he brought me in. He's like, you make beats, blah, blah, blah. At that point, I got to play him like a bunch of beats. And he's like, bro, what are you doing on the headphone team? Like, you should be over here. And he invited me and brought me on. And I became their composer producer at Apple Music when they launched for about 2 years, and was able to kind of pivot over to working with artists. So, you know, and at that point I've been making beats my whole life, right? I'm 32. So I was 26 when I really got my first opportunity. And that's a longer story that we can go into, but long story short, like, if you love this shit, just keep going, and the opportunities will present themselves organically. You know, you just have to be kind of ready to strike when they come. Yeah, so after that, things kind of started picking up. I started getting some bigger placements. 2018, I was on the Carter 5 when it dropped, which was a crazy experience for me. And then from there, kind of like homie said, like snowball effect. You just keep going. You kind of lean into those opportunities. You kind of speak on those opportunities when it makes sense, and get yourself in the rooms, and just boom, 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 keep performing, and more comes. So since then, there's been a lot more. I did Wild Side for Cardi B and Normani last year, which was crazy, and that's turned into more snowball effects and more and more and more. So you just lean into these opportunities when they come, and then you can use them as leverage to keep going. You know, that's kind of the name of the game. And I'm in LA, so you know, there's certain cities that run it. Like Atlanta, Demetrius is down there, so obviously, like Atlanta's a big city, you know, and LA, it's like all the labels are here, all the artists come here to write their album. So right place, right time. Now I have a whole team that kind of does most of it for me, as far as like getting me these opportunities. But you know, in the beginning, it was just same as y'all, like pulling up to events like this, hustling. Well, how can I meet people in the community and build? And then that leads to more stuff, you know. But I know I said I'll keep it brief. I've been talking a long time. I'm gonna chill now. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah.
Y'all heard him. He said, keep your connections up, keep hustling, keep doing your thing, stay engaged, stay looking for opportunities, and you'll get there. Also, shout out to supportive families, right? I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what success looks like to you as a producer, and what things, like what, if you can name maybe 3 things or so that each beat needs to have in order to be a hit record or be successful. And I want to encourage you guys to actually like keep yourselves unmuted, so y'all can like kind of hop in with each other and like be in conversation. Y'all don't have to take turns or nothing. It could be an open discussion.
Say less. So which question are we? I'm going to answer first.
What's inspiring you first? What's on your heart?
What's inspiring me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the 3 things you need to have, like, to make a hit record or whatever. One for sure is simplicity. Like, simplicity and space is your friend. Like, that's one thing London taught me, and some older heads who I have now come into having a relationship with that mentored me. Simplicity is key. If there's no room for the artist, 9 times out of 10, your beat is going to intimidate them. They may say it sounds great, but it's not going to inspire them to be like, load that up. You know what I mean? You always want to get load that up, because you would rather them say, yo, can you add this, than to be like, yo, can you, like, it just sounds like a lot going on right here. Can you, like, you know what I'm saying, take this out or whatever? Or they hit you with the finesse and be like, yeah, send us the stems, and then you got a bigger producer who goes in and make your record what it's supposed to be, and now you don't get credit, but they like the beat. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely some things like you need to make sure that you focus on. Sound selection is another thing as well. You need to have high quality sounds. Like, you don't, believe it or not, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to have quality sounds. There are tools now that you can have, like such as Splice, and other avenues, you know, people selling kits and all those things that are cheaper than you going to spend thousands of dollars, you know, with native instruments and all this different type of stuff, which is good if that's your thing. But sound selection, man, make sure you got high quality drum samples.
There it is. Period. Anyone else want to hop in with some tips and tricks?
Kind of the same thing. He said, like, the simplicity really works. Like, I remember I made a beat for Melly, and like, this part, and it go crazy, but he never heard it because the way the engineer does it. So sometimes they don't even hear the part in the beat, because the way the engineer loop the song, loop it probably the first minute or 2. The sound that we did was like probably 2 minutes in, but they never heard that part. He did his verse, he did the hook, the engineer did something, how he looped it and left an open verse for King Von. So it's kind of weird, like how he did it. So yeah, comes to making a hit record, you want to make sure that it's simple, straight to the point. Don't overcomplicate it. Like he said, it's better if they ask you to add something instead of them saying, yo, take this out, this throwing me off. Because sometimes that throw them off. They can't sing on it or rap on it. For me, a big key is tempo. Like the tempo could really make or break a record. Songs like I'd be like, damn, I wish they would have slowed it down. This would have been a bigger hit, or damn, they should have sped it up just a little bit. That would have given it. And then what else? I can't think of three. I think that's mostly the two. Simple, tempo. I'll say sound selection too, because some beats don't use a flute when you could use an organ, or don't use a piano when you could use like a trumpet. Like, I don't know, it's just certain things that put that push. Or another thing I would say, don't overcomplicate the melodies. You don't have to make 20 melodies. You can make 2 melodies, put the piano and put a flute on it. You could literally have the same melody for the sounds, but what you put in the instruments on it is gonna make it sound like a whole complete orchestra. It's like a choir, like having most of the same people saying the same thing more life than just having 20 people saying 20 different things. Like it's gonna clash. I tell people all the time, don't add so much, it's gonna clash.
That's fair.
What was the other question you asked? My bad. There was the 3 elements of a beat, and then there was something else.
How do you define success?
All right, I'm gonna touch that one just because the other one, I feel like y'all said everything that I probably would have said. Other than obviously like lyrics too. Like if we're talking about a track as a beat, we're just talking about a track as a whole, right? Like the hook is and the lyrics, everything. And nowadays everything has to sound like a hook. The verses have to sound like a hook. The pre-hook literally has to sound like a hook. The hook has to be a hook. So you were literally just writing like 3 to 5 hooks and just repeating them. But that's a different conversation. I guess that's less production, that's more songwriting. But as far as how do I define success, I think if you're able to do this as your job and not have any other job, then you're successful. If you can pay all your bills, I don't care where you live, what kind of car you drive. If you can pay all of your bills and you can just do this and just make music every day, you're winning. You don't have to clock in. You clock into your studio. I come downstairs, this is my house. I come downstairs and I go to work, and then I go upstairs and I have like a baby. So I'm like, it's ideal though. I don't got to drive across. LA is crazy right now. Like I don't got to be out in the shits right now. It's super easy. So if it doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter where you live, like if you just are making art and it's your job and you can pay for shit, it's very, very rare, first of all, to find your passion in this life. So many people go through the world and live an entire lifetime and they don't even get to find what they're passionate about, because you might be born into a situation where you don't have the privilege to do that. But even for some of us that, we are born we're born in the United States, right? Like we're not having to, hopefully, like we're not born in the warfare for now, at least, hopefully. So we're blessed. We get to find our passion. Like we at least get the chance to try and find it. So not only did you guys find what you love and you're passionate about this thing, regardless of what you do for a living, you come home, you want to make a song, you want to make a beat, you want to do what you want to do. So that in and of itself, like we're very, very blessed. And then if you get to turn that into your job and you literally don't have to do shit else other than the thing you love the most to do, like, oh my God, that's success for sure.
Yeah.
Marley, look like you live in the studio.
Yeah, I do pretty much. I feel like, like I'm coming at this at a different angle as a producer from the rest of you guys. Is like, I don't produce beats for artists. Like I'm not a placement producer. That's not kind of, what I do. Like what I do is a lot of instrumental music in terms of what I put out. I kind of see myself as more of the artist than the producer. I do live performance, do a lot of content creation and stuff. And I totally agree. Like success is just being able to do what you love and make a living out of it. And, for me, the 2 things that have been the most important for my success is putting all of my soul into what I do. So I think that's really important, right? Is that when you make music, especially, it's such an expression of yourself. So it's all about bearing your soul and putting that heart into it. And I think that's what really makes good producers stand out from people that are just doing it for the sake of doing it, and, not giving up. Because it takes a lot of like will and, like a lot of persistence for you to be able to actually make it in this industry. And there's a lot of different avenues, you know. You can be a performer, you can be an artist, you can be a producer. There's no one direct route, you know, like 20 years ago, maybe you had to become a placement producer and get those record deals with a major label and whatever. But there's so many ways that you can do it now. You can do it all yourself. So it's just about having that heart and soul and not giving up on it.
I love that. I love that.
Dropping gems and inspiration. Like, I'm inspired. I don't know about the audience, but me for sure, I'm inspired by y'all. So thank you.
Hey, you know Gnarly good because she got a studio cat. You know she probably making music. She got a cat that's sitting there not biting the cord.
This is actually his chair. Like, I'm just borrowing it.
You borrow. Got you.
We still gonna give you credit though. For sure.
Hold on, Malik, what were you saying?
I said another thing I was gonna say about the defining success as a producer is like being able to inspire people. Like everybody, like some people make money, some people don't. It's good to make money from it, but for me, you know, I've made the money. But what really makes me happy and smile is the fact that I inspire people. Like I look at myself as like, I don't know, when people text me, they be like, "Oh, you inspire me." Or dang, like.
You inspire me, Malik.
You inspire me for sure.
Inspiring all of us.
So being able to inspire people and like motivate people, have people tell me I want to do what you do, or even have my siblings say they want to do music because I do music, like that means a lot to me because I'm winning at life. Like that's like, what more can you really want? Like, so yeah.
Shout out to the siblings. Shout out to the younger siblings. I'm an older sibling too, so I felt that one.
I love that. I love when people are more about like inspiring others and motivating them. That's dope always. But
of course, get the money. The money is important. That
of course. Oh, of course. You gotta get your bag.
Yeah.
I gotta get that.
Don't get But yeah, I love that. But we have a lot of newer producers in the studio, but we also have some veterans that, you know their way around. But I want to know, what would you say are like the tools that you the tools you used when you started out, and what tools do you use now? Or like, what would you recommend for both sides of the spectrum?
For me, I started off with FL Studio, and I still use FL Studio because when I see Ableton, it gives me a headache. I can't do nothing with Logic because, I just record vocals on Logic, but FL Gang forever. But I now use Logic because I songwrite. So after I'm done making it, throw it in Logic, record the demo. So
that's smart. That's smart.
Get that FL tap, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta get it tatted.
Yo,
you go ahead, Demetrius.
I was gonna say, man, I was one of them producers that was like, when I came across somebody who I was trying to collab with that used a different system, I went and got that system and tried to learn it. So I started on FL, then I went to Reasons, then from Reasons I went to Logic, then from Logic I went to Machine, and now I'm on Ableton. So I use FL Studio, Logic, and Ableton like right now. So it just depends on how I feel that day. And
sounds of production right now.
you gotta learn, bro, because I was tired. First of all, we already got to deal with the Mac and the PC battle, so this whole thumb drive email thing is killing me. So if somebody had Machine and I didn't have Machine, I'd be like, bro, we just do it on your computer, then get this afterwards. Like, I'm not like, I'll just email and then my email getting full and then the thumb drive and then you lose that. Count me out, bro. Count me out. Yeah, so I just try to I'm not telling you to go learn all the programs, but that's just what I did because I wanted to be more efficient in the area of production, being able to collab with more people.
It's also dope to build off of what he's saying. Like each program I use Ableton mostly now, but I started on FL. I did a little bit of Logic and did a little bit of, and then eventually became Ableton. But I still cook up my drums depending on the genre. If I'm doing like Afro beats or like strap drums, like I'm using FL just because it hits different. But then fast. And it's fast. You just click in, But then I bounce it to Ableton to do the melodies and stuff, just because for warping audio and warping, to kind of from idea to down on the computer and down, like actually idea to getting it out of your brain. Like if you play, especially, Ableton's really, really dope.
Yeah.
Because you can just do it quickly. But I started out fully in the box in Fruity Loops. Like I didn't plug in any keyboards, nothing. Now it's like I'm like spoiled. I have a lot of tools in here, so I need instruments. I don't need them, but it's just, that's what I'm used to. My workflow includes like I need at least a keyboard with some, and maybe a guitar too, just to add that like live sauce. So, but yeah, to be honest, you don't need much. You don't need much. You need less now than ever. So, but again, to build off what Demetrius was saying, the more you know, like the more kind of value you can. And obviously this has been my experience. So it's different for everyone, but I'm speaking based on myself. The more I've learned, whether it's learning a new instrument, learning a new DAW, learning a new program, that way, if I go into rooms now, because in LA production, I think everywhere, it's extremely collaborative. And a lot of my placements have come from being in a session. Maybe there's 2 or 3 or 4 other producers sometimes in these sessions. There's already a lot of cooks in the kitchen. So to be able to contribute some shit that the other people can't in those rooms just allows you to be more resourceful. So if I go in a room full of beat makers and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna do drums today because there's 3 guys that like mainly do drums. I'll bring in my guitar, I'll bring in some keys. I'm like, cool, I can be the instrument guy today. So it's really, the more you know, the more you can kind of create opportunities for yourself in those different situations. So a lot of the times for me, like it's the main theme for me has been like, whenever I feel like I'm kind of like hitting a plateau of the program or stuck in a box, like challenge myself to learn some other shit. Cause you know, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like I play a lot of instruments, and I use mainly Ableton Live now. When I started, like I said, I was using Audacity in the very beginning, and then I learned music tech at school, and then got a degree in sound arts and design. So while I was at school, we used Cubase, Logic, Pro Tools, all of that stuff. So I was using Logic for like a good 10 years before I switched over to Ableton Live. And for me, it just made more sense, like the workflow with being an instrumentalist and live performer and everything. It just works really well with my workflow now. So yeah, Ableton is my go-to.
Oh, yeah. I love everybody playing instruments and stuff. Like, that's what music was, right?
No, for sure. You guys go ahead. I think my favorite part out of everything, I know I asked you guys about tools, but I love your mindset. Like the way you think about everything, the process, super dope. Shout out to y'all. And we're about to wrap up this interview. I have one more question for you guys. And I want to know, when working with another artist or producer, whoever, how do you share your creative vision and merge it together to make a hit record?
Oh, go ahead, my boy. Go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead, my boy.
For me, it's about being selfless. Like, don't get too much in your ego. Don't be so thinking, oh, my idea is just so much better than somebody else's idea. Humble yourself, come to that one agreement, and then always find yourself a way to come together. Like, I can have an idea. We could basically try to find a middle. You don't want to out-ego yourself out of a placement. You don't want to think that you're so much more than somebody, then you don't have an opportunity because, man, he should have just took my idea because I'm just so much better. No. If I add drums and he say, no, let's not add drums right there. Let's add it later. Consider it. See what the record is. You got to think about the artist. Don't think about yourself. So when I'm working with another producer, most of my producers I work with, we kind of on the same page regardless. So we don't necessarily argue. But if I'm with an artist, the artist knows best. Just go for it. Of course, suggest it. Don't be afraid. Always stand up for what you believe in. Never close your mouth. But if they say no, okay, no problem. Let it go. Don't, damn, bro, he took these drums, would have made the song better. No. It's better than the song not being out because you wanted the drum so bad. So just be selfless, be humble, be willing to listen, be willing to learn from some people. So that's how I see it.
Ooh, so I'm going to give you my method, and it's still working right now. What I do, honestly, maybe for like the first 30 minutes, I do what I call is like building trust, right? So if I go in the room with an artist I never met, I will find, I'll use like comedy to be that bridger. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'll be like, for instance, K Michelle. I did a session with K Michelle. In my first session with her, I was like, "Hey, auntie," and she was like, "Boy, ain't your damn auntie." And so off of that, we built a relationship. Now when she see me, she like, "Hey nephew, y'all, this my nephew now." But now when we're in a session, and I'm like, "Auntie, that don't sound too sweet. Like we need, like maybe we should do this right here." She like, "Okay," you know what I'm saying? But you have to build. You have to be confident in what it is that you're suggesting, and be confident when you're in the room. Like, don't go in the room like, "Oh, I'm actually excited to be here." You got to walk in every room like you're supposed to be there, because you are. And so that's what you got to carry. It's not an arrogance. It's just knowing like, this is what I want in my life. This is what I've been destined to do. Like, so I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in this room. So I'm gonna make the best of it. And a lot of times, some situations I've been in rooms where no song got done, but I made a great relationship with that artist, and I made an impact with that artist. Now they remember me. I had a phone number. They'll FaceTime me. And so sometimes when you get in a room, it may not always be a placement opportunity. It may be an impact opportunity. So you gotta have people that remember you, outside of the music, because a lot of times we get caught up in the music and our identity of who we are as a producer or a creative. But outside of that, when you leave the studio and you go home, like, who are you as a person? You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of celebrities and a lot of artists, they're people and they want to be treated like people. Mm-hmm. Everybody know them and they got a lot of money, but they still people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So try to impact first and then get to that building a relationship in the music, and they'll trust you, bro. They'll literally take everything you say and be like, "You know what? That's right. Let's do that." You know what I'm saying? So
that's so facts. Both of what they both said is like spot on. It's a mixture of exactly what he just said, right? Building that relationship, and the same thing as what Malik said too, right? Like, your ego is not your amigo. You literally have to walk. You have to walk in and drop that shit, but at the same time have the confidence that Demetrius is talking about. So it's kind of this interesting dance that you have to do with yourself, and you have to have a lot of self-awareness in these rooms to kind of check yourself before you talk, because sometimes you're super excited, sometimes there's a lot of adrenaline. Some of these rooms I'm in, where I'm working with people that I literally looked up to my whole life, and I'm like, I gotta act like I'm tripping right now, because I'm tripping, because I am low key. But then eventually, if you can get your self-awareness down, so much of it is psychology. If you can get that in check, like, great things will come to you regardless of what industry you're in. Like, if you have your self-awareness down pat, and you know yourself, and you kind of know kind of what to say and how to contribute to a conversation or a room, or just an energy of a room in the right way, like, people will hit you up. People want you to be in that room. And sometimes I know some people that get called into sessions, and I like swear I've never seen them touch a microphone. And they have placements on, like, because they're like vibe people. People want them to be in the room because they're like muses, like, and sometimes there'll be one word and you're like, damn, that dude has songwriting credits on that song. Just because, but and some of these people, I used to kind of get mad, but now I'm like, if this dude didn't just have that conversation and strike up that conversation, we wouldn't have the concept that made this hit song. So much of it comes from that, everything that these guys just said. So yeah, I can't really even contribute anything else. Like,
bro, can I piggyback off that again?
Yeah.
If you find yourself in a room where you feel like, you find yourself in a room with an artist that you like are wishing to work with, right? And you get starstruck, this is what you do. Go to the bathroom or go to your car and let that shit out. Let it out, bro. Let it out. Go in the car, be like, oh my God. Like, let it all out, then come back and be like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, I'm such a bitch. Because now it's like, because bro, listen, bro, like, you don't want to be, I'm here to produce for you, but I'm a fanboy. Like, no, bro. Like, no, bro. It's like, yeah, I do this all the time. Like, so you just another artist that I just pop on with.
So
Like,
funny,
you know what
bro.
I'm saying? So you got, yeah, man. I'm telling you, it works.
Like you said, they want to feel normal people. They don't want you to come to them. Oh, I just like obviously, even if you in the studio with Kanye, you just, hey, what's up, Ye? We gonna get this work done. Remain calm.
I'm probably gonna freak out. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm going to the bathroom on that one, Jay.
Y'all too funny. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
I mean, like I said, you know, like I'm not really a placement producer, so there's not been a lot of instances where I've been like, you know, in these rooms where I'm working with artists and stuff. I did actually do a producer camp for the first time earlier this year. And that was like a real learning experience for me, like being in a room and there's, you know, like a whole bunch of artists and we were all like collaborating on a song to make a record together. And it was, yeah, I mean, for me, it was just, you know, we were all there for the same reasons. And so a lot of it was just getting to know each other and just like, you know, getting into the zone and then working on stuff together and being collaborative. I'm so used to just being in my studio and working on stuff on my own. It was actually really nice to step outside. So I think it's just being open to experiences and people and just letting that, you know, flow.
Right.
Definitely. I want to give it back to the audience so they can ask their questions. But Gnarly, I'm really interested in learning how you've been able to make music and also like gain these speaking opportunities where you like are doing a bunch like TED Talks and like other things. Like, how did those opportunities come about for you? Because I think that's such a non-traditional way to use that skill, but it's mad interesting.
I don't know, really, to be honest. I've just done what I do, and then people ask me to do stuff, and I'm like, yeah, okay. You know, like opportunities just seem to find me. But I guess it's just been, I know there's like years of me putting in that hard work behind the scenes. And a lot of it has been, you know, my growth through social media. Like I have quite a large Instagram following and stuff like that. So I guess that in a way has opened a lot of doors for me and for me to get a lot of visibility on my own without having to rely on, you know, a record label or whatever, having to put my face out there. Like I'm my own brand in a way, and that helps me to get those kind of opportunities where people see me and they want to get me on board to do stuff.
Fire. So basically just be a cool person and
be yourself, not even be cool, just be yourself. Like I am so awkward. I'm like one of the most awkward people. You know, I'm very shy, I'm very introverted, and you know, I embrace that part of me, and I think, yeah, a lot of people appreciate that, because I think a lot of producers tend to be, you know, we're like little nerdy studio gremlins.
Yeah. Gearheads.
I love that. I love how you said opportunities just find me. That's an affirmation, y'all. Like, for sure.
Come on, Tammy.
No, for real. I love saying affirmations, and that right there, I'm gonna write that down, say that every day. Opportunities just find me where I'm at. So okay, thank you, Gnarly. Thank you all for sharing your experiences with us, and I'm so happy to have you guys here. So now that me and Marley have asked our questions, I know our audience has some questions for you guys. So audience members, if you're in the building, use the raised hand emoji under reactions.
Yep.
And we will call on you to ask some questions.
Tammy and Marley, before we hop into the Q&A, just before everyone starts asking a bunch of random questions, please keep it relevant to producers, keep it relevant to the audience. We don't want you, you know, talking about everything. Like, don't give us your entire life story, because we only got a couple minutes to go through all of these questions. I saw Manuel was first, by the way, earlier on. So we should probably start with him if Manuel's still here, and then we can move on to everyone else.
Thank you, boss lady.
Cool, got you.
Are you here?
I got one question. What is the most difficult beat you have ever made?
Oh, I can go first on that one. The most difficult beat was,
I'm just curious.
When London got the Miley Cyrus vocals. I forgot what song it was. It's actually out now. And we had to like reproduce a remix version of it. And so he sends the vocals like, hey, here you go. Miley Cyrus placement if you can nail this junk. Bruh, I had to go sit in that beat like 5 times before he was like, bro, let me help you out. But I wanted it so bad. I kept trying, bro. But that, I ain't gonna lie, that junk was hard, bro. The Sonics is totally left of what you think like pop is, or like that retro, like the song, man, they be doing some weird stuff, bro, that just make it like sound how it sound. And like in your producer mind, you're like, oh, they just did this. And they be like, no, that's not what we did. And you're not nailing it. You feel me? So yeah, that was one of the hardest beats. I mean, to this day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think like when I think of a difficult beat, for me it's when I do a finger drumming routine. So because I'm playing the beats live, for me it's always the video that I haven't made yet, so it's the next one. So every time I make any kind of content with finger drumming, I always try and level up to the next one. So there's a beat that I've been working on recently actually, which is super hard, and I haven't put that one out yet because I'm still trying to master it. So for me, the most difficult one is the one that's next.
Finger drumming is hard, period.
Mad respect.
Yeah.
Mad respect.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's crazy because if you listen to my discography, it doesn't sound like the hardest beat ever. Like, but as far as time consumption, I have a joint that I put out in 2019 called Simmer, and it's with Burna Boy and this artist named Mahalia. And it was difficult because the label, the creative, me, and the publishing company all had different opinions about what it should sound like. So I had to make like 40 versions, 50 versions of this joint because everybody wanted to be like, yo, no, try this, try this, try this, try this. This is how it should sound. This is how, and then at the very end, and this happens a lot, it ends up going back to like version 3 or like version number 1.
Don't you hate that, bro?
It's just the nature. And what's crazy about it is, and you have to, like, if an A&R who's paying, he's the person paying you from the label, is like, Jonah, I love this, but it needs to sound more like Work by Rihanna or something, whatever. And I'm like, cool, this sounds nothing like Work like Rihanna. But before I can say no, like, you kind of have to entertain that question, because, and the only way to do that is by cooking up a whole ass beat that sounds like Work by Rihanna over like a song that was like a ballad or something. So and then they hear it and they're like, you know what? I think you're right, man. I think the first one was the right one. But like, you can't really, and that's just what you have to do, because sometimes, you know, depending on the A&R. But I'm gonna keep it short now because I know you guys.
Sounds like y'all gotta be really flexible and open-minded and like just a team player for real.
Totally.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Diamond, you can ask your question if you're still here.
Yes, hello. Hi.
Hey, Diamond.
Where's my camera? Okay. Hey.
There she goes.
Hey. Get my break.
Bonnet Chronicles.
All right, so thank you guys so much for thank you guys so much for being here and dropping these gems. Nice to meet each and every single one of you guys. And I have been looking at a producer because I'm currently working on my EP as well. So I have a bunch of questions, but of course we're limited to one. So I'm an artist, so I'm gonna ask something from like just an art standpoint. When looking for a producer and like when you guys are personally working with an artist, is it better to work with them online? Like, do you guys prefer working in person? Like, should the artist like come in, or do you guys do like, if they're not like, if there are artists that's not able to come in or like far away, can you guys do Zoom or something like that when it comes to stuff like that? And also if the artist, say for instance, like I have this tune or I have this melody in my head, like I've already written the song, so I know exactly how I want the song to be and I have the layout. I just need a producer to actually give me like, hey, I want this sound. This is how I want it to exactly sound. And I send him like a voice meme or something like that. Like, how exactly would that work when working with an artist?
So for the first question, it just all depends. I would love to make all my songs with the artist in front of me because it's just you flow off ideas better, you bounce off ideas better. It's so much easier because you can't get a person through an email. I can't send you a beat. I send you a rap beat, but you like, no, the pop beat, but we not communicating. Some artists don't communicate. They just say, send beats. You send beats. No, I'm looking for this. So it's better to actually be with the artist. But if I can't, a Zoom call hurt. It's just all about communication with the artist. And then for the second question, when you send a melody idea, that's good. Like I've had people send me melody ideas and I was able to build around it. Or I've sent people melody ideas when I couldn't figure out how to play a certain note or something and they done it for me. So that kind of works too.
Great.
So.
All right, cool. I'm gonna actually let Chaz or Gnarly, were you gonna come in?
I mean, like, while I haven't worked with a lot of artists, I do have a show that I do with Nikita Gill, who is a spoken word artist, and we actually built a 45-minute show just entirely off WhatsApp. So I think it is possible to, you know, just send voice notes to each other and ideas that way. Like, we did it. We built a 45-minute show all on WhatsApp, and you know, it worked. It was great.
It's possible. Be creative. Be creative. And Chaz, go ahead. You got the last. Looks like. Let me make sure. Yeah, it looks like you got the last question for us.
That's what's up. What's going on, y'all? I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all doing this too. So my question is like a two-part question. So I'm an artist and producer. My first question is like when it comes to the splits, how would you go about doing that? Like fairly, you know what I mean? Especially as an artist and a producer with who owns publishing, like through ASCAP. And then the second part of the question is I heard him say earlier about basically like if a bigger producer comes in and has to like do something on your beat and then you don't get credit, how do you like basically battle against that? Should you like copyright your beats? So that's my question.
Yeah, I could jump in. On the first one, as far as splits, honestly, just me. What I do is if I'm working with an artist or collaborating with another producer, I do even Stevens. And the reason why I do even Stevens is because it's good for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's good for a relationship. Now with major artists, we all know that's different. That's different. But when it comes to independent artists, working with producers, a lot of times they don't have that upfront capital, which is the money to pay you. So publishing, I feel like, you know, that's leveraging power. You know, that is currency. So you can use that to kind of pay, you know, your producers and split that evenly. That's what I would do. You know, that's what I would do just for that. And then to get to the producers remaking your beats, you can fight it. Okay. It'll be a long battle because labels got the revenue to drag out a court case that could you dry. You know what I'm saying? And you lose anyway, and now you got all these court fees you gotta pay and all this different type of stuff.
It's pricey. So, you gotta pay musicologists, all that.
Yeah. And so what the best route to go is to copyright your beats, of course. But also being just knowledgeable about how to format your beats so that's less likely to happen. Yeah.
Good question, Chaz. Thank you for asking it.
Yeah, bro.
I lied. We have one more.
Let's go.
This person couldn't raise their hand and they can't talk on the mic, so I'm gonna ask their question for them. This question is from Will. They want to know if any of y'all went to school for music or for production at all, and if so, what did you major in? What did you go to school for? Or are you guys self-taught? And then second, have you guys ever stepped outside of your genre, and do you recommend doing that?
This one not gonna be too long. I know other people. I went to school. My high school was like a technical high school. So I went to high school for entertainment. So they didn't teach me nothing. I'm not gonna say they didn't teach me. They taught me a lot. I love you, school. They taught me more so film and video. And as far as other genres, yes, I do every genre. Write a pop song, R&B, funk, rap, disco, whatever, and I can make those too. you have to be versatile, because if you don't, you're gonna find yourself in a bind when it comes time to get opportunities.
Yeah. Personally, I went to YouTube University. You get me? So I'm gonna just give you some advice, because I ain't really the school guy. I would say that if you do go to school, don't go for music, go for business, because a lot of people go to school for music and then they be hurt because the opportunities don't align with what they went to school for. So learn the business, bro. You'll make way more money understanding the business than focusing solely on music. That's it.
Totally agree with that. Here's a quote for you that a lot of people say: "Those that can't do, teach." So if you go to a school, you're gonna be taught by people that like couldn't quite make it, and they might give you some shitty advice, or they might be disgruntled, they might be angry at the music industry, and that was the case for me. I went to school and I minored in music production, and all the professors were like, they were super anti-commercial music, and they were more about like music within the education system. It's like a completely different type of music. So it's like weird experimental, like shit that doesn't necessarily make money, but it's a completely different conversation in some cases. Now there's one or two schools that I will say, I'm in LA now, and there's a lot of people that I meet in the music industry that either went to NYU or USC.
Yeah.
Those are and UCLA. So those are the three. Those are crazy, super expensive, huge schools. And I will say that's more on the executive side than on the music side, though. That's if you're trying to go and be like an A&R at a label, you might meet somebody. So, but it's literally those three schools. All the other ones, like, don't even teach yourself like everybody else is saying here. Like, I'm self-taught on the production tip. I went to school for it and wish I didn't, because I swear, I didn't learn anything.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same. Like I went to uni and I studied sound arts and design after doing a year doing creative music tech as well, and then I dropped out and then went back to do sound arts and design. It was very like artsy, and to be honest, I didn't really feel like I learned that much that I couldn't have just learned by myself. And a lot of what I do with production I learned outside of what I was learning at school and stuff. So for sure, like if I'd gone and done something like music business, I feel like that would have been a lot more helpful. Yeah.
That's fair. Well, thank y'all so much. Let's give a woot to our judges for just being here, honestly. If y'all haven't gone to our events, let's do a clap. That's our calling call for the newbies. So thank you all so much. Y'all ready to hear some music?
Yes, play the beats, bro.
I know I am.
Play the beats, bro.
Play the beats. All right, I'm gonna give just a brief rundown so y'all know how this is gonna work. So the judges will be giving very brief feedback to every beat we hear, like a couple words, and then I will take all 4 judges into a breakout room for a couple minutes so we can give out first, second, third, and fourth place winners. First place will be announced live here on the event, and they will be able to actually handpick the producer that they get their one-on-one time with. And then second, third, and fourth place, we will actually announce on Instagram in the next 30 minutes after the event. All good. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and Tammy will try to answer them for you.
And real quick, Marley. Jonah, Demetrius, Gnarly, and Malik, it might be good for the 4 of you to take some notes.
Yes.
So you remember all of them. Yeah. Oh, Demetrius, I see you.
In the game,
Ready. I love it.
That's awesome. Just so you don't forget anyone. And then for everybody who has never been to our events or who have been to our events before, this is our 3rd beat battle that we've ever done. And we're really stoked because we have a huge artist community, but we also know that there are a lot of producers out there who could benefit from events like this. So if you do like these kinds of events, please continue to come out to additional events and let us know that you want to be a part of the community and that you want to see more stuff like this so that we can get a good idea of how many producers we have in the community and how often we should host events like this too. All right, Marley and Tammy, passing it back over to you.
All right, I'm gonna get started. Get it going, get ready, turn your volume I'm not gonna say all the way up because I don't want you to hurt your ears, but
Are y'all ready though? Because
I don't think they
I
are.
was listening to the music over here, spin my own little verse, like, oh, okay, this I could do this right here. Like,
Absolutely not.
All right. So first up, we have Louch. I'm gonna start his first one. Let's get into it. All right. That was first up. That was one of the ones.
Yes, sir.
Already writing songs too. Does anyone want to hop in and just give brief feedback to producer Louch?
It's actually Louch.
Louch.
It's simple. That's good. It's simple. The drums are nice.
Not even a sample.
I can hear Yeet on it. I can even hear a singer on it.
Tempo was great too, bro. Tempo was great.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Super clean, bro. Nice one.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Louch, for submitting. We were like already writing songs to your stuff, so appreciate it. All right, second up, we have, he goes by the name of thankubrandon. Brandon, are you here today?
I'm right here.
All right.
What's going on, everybody?
We're gonna play the track Cry 143. And here we go.
Gracias, baby.
I wish I could play.
That's a smoker, my boy. Smoker. That is a smoker. The only thing I would tell you to do is low pass that filter some more. Like take some of the high end off so that the artist, if the artist would get on it, that frequency will be open for them to like kind of shine a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, that joint's a smoker.
I hear you.
That joint's a smoker, bro. That joint's a smoker.
Appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback.
Smoker.
Yeah, when that beat kicked in, I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's
oh man.
Sick.
Yeah,
appreciate that, yo.
No, thank you, Brandon.
John, were you gonna say something?
Nah, the thank you, Brandon, was great.
All right, for sure. Next up, we have producer Fahim. Are you out here today? Are you with us?
Fahim?
Yes, sir.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, period. He gave us a SoundCloud file. This is called Full Sail.
Full Sail.
Yeah. Let me make sure I play it.
This is what Lil Baby working on right now, bro. You tripping.
Man, thank you.
Bro, yes, bro.
That's dope.
Yes.
Dang. Y'all ain't gonna say it was gonna be this hard, bro. Golly, bro.
That's why we say get a pen and paper, because
Any advice?
Yeah, any comments, any advice, real quick.
Definitely a Travis Scott type beat. Definitely great for shows, performances. It got the energy, it got the bass. I haven't heard 808s like that since like Wonder Girl, and that's what the game is missing.
Yes,
please,
bro.
Please keep zoom zoom. People on 808 slide no. That is a really great beat.
Be scared.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate
refreshing.
All right.
I'm good on that.
All right, period. Let's see. We got Ezer next. You out here?
Ezer,
I'm here.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep, Ezer's here.
All right, for sure.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
This is Navarro's Anthem by Ezer.
Navarro's Anthem.
Hold on. There you go. Yo, we was all dancing on that. I saw that.
Oh, Ezer, bro. You're giving me the Sync King vibes, bro. Like the Sync King vibes, bro. That is so sync worthy.
Yeah. That's like, that reminds me of some of my favorite Timbo beats from,
Yes, bro. Yes.
Crazy.
Yes. That's Triton Timbo right there, bro.
Yeah. Fire.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
That's an epic compliment, for real.
For sure.
Any advice, any tips for it?
Like that needs to be
done.
Type of movie, some type of TV show right now.
Yeah, that's out of right.
They said it's ready to go.
Yeah.
Hold up, before we move on to the next person, Ezer has been a part of the Finessed community for the last 2.5 years.
All right, Ezer.
And this beat, oh my God, Ezer, the growth that you are showing is crazy.
Yo, let's go.
It's crazy.
I appreciate y'all for real. Like, Finesse has been a big part of the past 2 years, me growing and getting better. So really appreciate y'all.
Hey.
Yo, thank you for submitting today, man. For real. I appreciate it.
Got you.
All right. We got Ishmael, you back? You in the building still?
Here.
I think I hear you. Yeah, I see you. All right, period.
My boy.
All right, we got Ish on Oh Geez is the track.
Oh Geez is the track. Gotcha.
Oh Geez. Let's go.
Yo.
What's the ish?
Hey, Ish.
I love this vibe. Damn.
I love the bass line on that. It's really nice.
Hey, Ish.
Hey.
That was the ish. That's what it
It
is.
sounds good, bro. I would make that same beat. You got that version, and then make a slower version of that. Same beat. Actually,
Yeah.
just slow that beat down, just so you got two verses of that, right?
Okay.
And then, and then drop it faster. Drop it faster. So take the first or the second 8 bars out, and then just drop it. So you got your intro. It's maybe like 8 bars or 4 bars, and then drop it in because attention span short for artists, especially when they listen to the beats. Their attention span dumb short. So cut it in half, and then drop it. But yeah, that don't sound good.
Super good, bro. Really clean sound selection and just
Super clean.
I love like the Monty Booker lasers and shit. Like that sound selection was OD. Like I loved it. Good shit, bro.
Placement was good too on the percussion.
Yeah.
This is nuts.
Any other comments?
Hard.
Oh my goodness, bro.
All right, we got 2 more. We have our veteran next up, Shine Robbins. I know you out here. Make some noise.
Yes, sure.
What's going on, everyone?
What's up, buddy?
Always good to see you. We got his track, One Light Switch by Shine Robbins. Here we go.
One Light Switch.
Woo! I see the emojis in the chat are going crazy.
I need that.
Need that. Any comments, remarks?
I feel like that's more sync too. I couldn't really hear it like that at first, but I think it's more of a sync type record.
It's meant.
Super punchy kick as well. It's really getting in there. It's good.
Yeah, it was dope. I feel like it was about to drop like right before you cut it too. Like I feel like there was more coming. I was excited. But I respect that like you submitted something that open to a beat battle.
Yeah, that's ballsy.
That's ballsy, but I also feel like it says a lot about you creatively, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that kind of experimentation is just a great quality to have. So
he would thrive with an artist personally.
Yeah. For sure.
Personally.
I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I actually produced that for Ezer, one of the last producers. And actually it was just about to drop into song. So I appreciate y'all's feedback. Thank you.
Could we hear
if it was about to drop, we gotta play the drop.
Yeah, you gotta play the drop.
About to add some new elements.
Can't snatch his drop.
I got confirmation from the CEO, so I'm break the timeline rules. Here we go.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
That's what we stuck in our heads, boy.
You can't snatch my man drop.
Telling you. All right. Finally, we have Wavy season. Can you make some noise if you're still in the building with us today?
Yep.
Here we go.
Wavy season.
All right, we will play Nights in Miami. By the Wavy season.
That beat sound like a Lambo.
Let's see. Let's hear it.
Yo, Haitian, go crazy with it. Hey, yo, Wavy, where you at, nigga? Yes, sir.
Woo. That was a
That sounds
vibe.
like
That was
somebody
fire.
from Miami who like Dubai.
You say nice in Miami. That is how
They from Miami, but they in Dubai right now.
Right.
So for me, I would say again another thing: cut the intros down. Cut the intros down to be shorter, and then if you have a tag that's like that, that don't really set up the beat for the drop, then just turn them down a little bit more. Cause I've heard artists be like, "No, skip that beat," because I don't like the tag, bro. Like something that little would literally be like, "I don't like that beat." Nah, I'm like, bro, y'all they petty, but it be like that. You know what I'm saying? So if it ain't something that like set up the drop, then just keep it low or put it at the end of the beat. You know what I'm saying? That's
Genre.
another little trick.
Yeah, the end shit is like London be doing that.
Yep, learn that from him too.
Yeah, honestly, I just did a joint with it. But yo, especially with the tags with R&B, like R&B artists are so sensitive about their shit. So mostly like just either don't do it or sneak that shit super, like you said, like into the very last like 2 bars of the beat, and like make it sound like it was already in the, you know what I mean, make it sound like it was already in the song. Yeah, I work more so in R&B than any other genre, and yeah, these artists are very, very sensitive about their shit. So I definitely feel I'm a producer, like I want people to know my name, but at the same time, like if a song is a big enough smash, people are gonna know your name. So
That's right.
Tag or no tag, but I love that beat. That shit was fire. Like that's the thing. I be listening to mostly Afrobeat and dancehall. Like I'm Jamaican, so that's the shit that I be on. So good shit. I love it.
That's crazy because I'm actually Asian, so yeah. So
Word?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I love it.
All right. Anybody else have any comments for Wavy season before I pull y'all away?
No, it was a good beat.
Yeah.
This song. Oh, but
Go ahead. Oh,
sorry to interrupt. This has summer vibes. I like the beat.
summer vibes. Period.
Yeah, I can definitely hear it.
All right, you already got it. I was gonna say people are asking for your IG. Make sure y'all Abby, can you drop the contact sheet one more time for people just in case they didn't get it? Make sure you're making those connections. All right, team. I am going to leave you with your babysitter for a little while. Tammy, can you please make sure they do not burn the house down while me and the judges are away?
I got you. Well,
okay. All right. I'm gonna take them for a couple minutes and we're gonna come back with Song of the Summer. All right.
All right, let me put y'all in there.
Preach. Here we go. All right, judges, let's go.
Nobody else join, just the judges.
Yeah, just the judges. All right, y'all. So while we in here, I gotta build the suspense a little bit. We waiting for the winner. So I just want to go around the room a little bit and see who y'all think is gonna win first place. So let's see who we got in here. Chad.
Thank you, Brandon.
Chaz, who you think gonna win first place?
I have no idea. All of those was a vibe,
No, for sure.
And it depends on what you like too, So I don't know. I think all of them was dope.
Okay. I'm gonna make it a little. Let me see who's in here. Farhan, who do you think?
Farhan was in there, so Farhan's got to say himself.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's me. It gotta be me. Who else? No, everyone's great. I think they're all great. I wouldn't know who to choose if I were them. So yeah.
We're taking bets, everybody. So if y'all want to put $100 down,
Diamond, if you can talk, who do you think? Who do you think, baby?
Me personally, I vibed automatically with thank you, Brandon. I was just like, wow, thank you. Like I was over here writing to when it went, I was like, dang, we don't have fun yet.
No, literally me too. I was in here. I was like, okay, I can get my own little verse. So all of y'all's beats actually. So, holla at your girl.
No, for real. Like I'm over here like, what's his IG so I can freaking hit him up? Cause I'm over here writing my EP and I was like, let me add him on my contact.
Period. All right, who else we got? Can you talk? Maybe Ken can't talk. What about Lauren?
Yeah, I can talk. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I think this last one, the nights in Miami, they pretty much felt like I was on the dance floor right off the bat. And I DJ too, so if I had it, I'd drop it.
Oh, we love that. That's super dope. Period. All right, who else we got in here? I'm trying to see. Y'all got y'all cameras off. I'm trying to
wait, Tammy, can you get a read of the room? How many artists do we have in here? Raise your hand. Nice. I mean, you're all artists, but raise your hand if you're an artist in here. Nice. Cool. And then raise your hand if you're a producer. So we got a lot of producers in here. Hey, nice.
I'm slow. How do you raise your hand?
Wait, who said that? Louch?
Yeah,
I was trying to raise my hand for art.
It's okay. I can see y'all. I can see y'all raise your hands in the camera too. No, that's awesome.
Oh, okay.
Cool. It's awesome to see how many people we got in the building today. We had a total of 43 people. So if you all are producers, even artists too, if you want to see more producer battles or beat battles, things like this, please keep letting us know that you want to see this kind of stuff, because it helps us to see that you're here so that we can host more events for you. Cool. Tammy, back to you.
Well, we only got like a few more seconds until the judges come back. So are y'all ready? Oh my gosh, I'm excited to hear who's gonna win. And all the beats were super dope. So thank you guys for submitting. Yeah, all right. Let me close.
Right. Ezer was good too. Like that really a vibe.
Oh, for sure. Oh wait, it add another 60 seconds. Okay. But thank you guys all for the people that submitted music. We love when you guys submit music. The listening sessions and like the beat battles are always my favorite part of the events. I hope you guys love it too. But yeah, I'm trying to see if Alexi, do you see if the judges came back?
No, not yet. I don't think so. I think they should be back in about 40 seconds or so. Also, while we're all waiting for the judges to come back, make sure to drop your info in the contact sheet. So if you are trying to look for artists to work with you, you're looking for other producers to work with you, or just people in general that you want to connect with, drop your name in the contact sheet. It's a really great way to network. I'm telling y'all, every single week we have this contact sheet and it's gold. So make sure you just drop your info in there. All right, I see the judges. Demetrius.
Woo, woo.
Yo.
Tammy, can we get like 30 more seconds?
Please. The beats are too good.
We're close. We're settling a very close debate. Give us like 6 minutes.
Okay, no, all good. I'm open up again. Then just leave when you're ready.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. So they got 30 more seconds. Whew, it's hot.
Y'all's beats too good.
Also, Tammy, can you tell everybody how you all are going to announce the second, third, and fourth place winners real quick?
Yeah. So of course, first place is going to be announced right now when they come back, but second, third, and fourth place will be announced on Instagram in about 30 minutes. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Follow our Instagram at finessed.media, and you can see who won.
Also, I want to shout out some people in here. Chaz, my guy. Chaz and I met at an Amethyst event out in New York City, and I let him sneak in, but we won't tell anybody that. So.
I didn't know you were going to tell anybody. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, for real.
I got you, Chaz. Let's see who else. Juke, obviously, we got you. Who's new to the community? Has anyone not been to a Finesse Media event before? I know Diamond is new. Thank you, Brandon.
This is definitely my first one.
Louch.
Yeah.
Dope. Who else is new? Everybody else has been here? That's awesome. Thank you, Brandon. How did you learn about the event?
So I was put on through CC, aka Yetwas, artist, engineer.
CC's dope.
Yeah, she's good people.
Yeah, that's awesome. If y'all don't know CC, connect with Yetwas, right? On Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, connect with Yetwas on Instagram.
She's dope.
Cool. And then Ifeani, am I pronouncing your name correctly? I'm not sure if you can come unmuted. I see it says that this is your first one.
Hi, it's Ifani.
Ifani, nice to meet you. What a beautiful name.
Ifani, I be seeing you in the Instagram lives all the time, so shout out to you.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming. And then lastly, shout out to our amazing team that we've got on here. We've got Emily, who is on the social media team, Mia, who's also on the social media team, Sage, who is responsible for artist marketing, Kayla, who's responsible for marketing in general, Abby, who is our journalism team manager. If you all have music to submit and you ever want coverage, hit up Abby. Abby's the GOAT. Kalia is responsible for brand partnerships as well as artist interviews. Alicia, the same. And am I missing anyone? Did I get everybody, Tammy? Kayla? No, I got Kayla. I think I got everyone. Dope. All right. Where are our judges?
I'm about to close the rooms right now.
Okay, cool. All right. We're going to have to give a drum roll for this.
All right. They got 1 minute left.
Nice. Anyone want to introduce themselves before the judges come back? Great way to connect with some people. No?
Sure.
Diamond, let's hear ya.
Okay, well, hi. My name is Diamond. I guess it's better if I turn the camera on.
All good.
Hi, I'm Diamond. Yes, this is actually my second event coming to you guys virtually, so I really like it, actually. I was glad I was introduced to Finesse Media. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with Jordan occasionally, but I was connected to you guys through her because I worked with her a lot, and she is a really great artist, so check them out when you guys have a chance. And I already connected with you guys through her because she said you guys have a lot of great resources, and you really, really do. So I'm here, and I'm an artist. I'm a singer and songwriter from Jackson, Mississippi, and it's pretty much about me. And I'm looking to connect with other singers and songwriters and producers, and actually write for some singers.
Nice. That's awesome. We love Jordan. We just interviewed Jordan a couple weeks ago, and Jordan was also recently signed to Genius Distribution recently. Woo-woo. Cool. Diamond, we're excited to have you here. Anyone else want to introduce themselves real quick?
Oh, actually, the judges are back.
Oh, they're back.
Yes, they're back.
We got Song of the Summer, y'all. I will say that it was hard. It was really, really hard. Not just because I love y'all and I fuck with y'all, but it was actually really difficult. And we concluded that a lot of them could make Song of the Summer. A lot of the tracks we heard today, the judges said that they could hear multiple different artists on each one of your tracks, different placements. So just bravo to you guys, all who submitted. Like, round of applause for y'all, for real. Y'all came with the heat, y'all came with the fire. So thank you so much. without further ado.
Wait.
Yeah.
Marley, I feel like we should play the beat to announce.
You're a genius, and that's why you're the CEO.
You gotta hear it.
Can I hear a round of applause while I get it pulled up?
Everybody unmute yourself.
Drum roll. Can't even drum roll with these nails, y'all. Hold on.
Well, I wish y'all had a virtual lunch on this Zoom.
All right, can I hear it? Let me, all right, I can hear drum roll. Let me hear a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Real moody.
You at? Unmute yourself, man.
Yeah, y'all made this hard, bro. I'm not even lying.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was really tough one too. I was like, man, I'm not gonna win this one.
Keep going. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying, yeah, there's so much heat all around. So music, I was kind of nervous. I'm like, I don't know.
You were nervous, bro. The judges were nervous.
Yes, bro.
It was hard to pick, for real.
As the producer who just created a Song of the Summer, you actually get top pick of what judge you would like your one-on-one time with.
Gotta go with my man Jonah.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man. Perfect.
So I will personally connect you guys through email, okay? So I'll introduce you guys through email. Ish, just in case I don't get it in the chat, can you DM your email to me so I have it, please? Actually, I think the team has it. We have it because you submitted music. So yeah, I have your email. No worries. And then we will also be announcing the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place winners on Instagram, and I will be DMing you personally to find out who y'all would like to work with, okay? So be by your phones, because I'm literally going to DM you as soon as I hop off. All right, cool. Tammy, did you want to add any last remarks for Finessed Media? Anything you wanted to say?
Yeah, so I just wanted to announce the next events that we have, because, we're doing them every Saturday. So next Saturday, we have Releasing Music as an Indie Artist event. So all my independent artists better be there. And then the weekend after that, we have a mental health event. That's okay. And then the weekend after that, July 23rd, we have music festivals. So if you liked this event, you want to come to more, these are the next ones. So please come, show some love. And yeah, my speakers, you guys have anything you want to promote right now, or any last words you want to say before we hop off?
Just keep working hard, keep believing in yourself, and be the best version of yourself you could be.
Mine is, if you got beats just sitting on your hard drive, sync that. Sync them joints.
I gotta hit you up about that. The sync stuff.
Come on, brother.
I don't know. It's like I know. We gonna talk.
All y'all can hit me up. I'll put you on game. Cheat code, step by step.
Honestly saying.
Follow Demetrius on IG. Demetrius, can you talk a little bit about your platform where you give tips to artists? Yeah,
Beat Aliens. I created, just launched literally 30 days ago. That is catered more towards independent artists, showing them how to leverage their careers and actually take control of their artistry by showing them how to register their music to get on Billboard, how to get on Spotify playlists, all legit, how to sync their music, how to actually make an income from their music and actually run their artistry like a business to create leverage for them. If they want to go get a major deal, that's on them, you know, but they understand the business on how to go into a room and negotiate what it is that they want, you know. So that's what we're creating now. It's not just, you know, beats and things of that nature. We're actually really teaching independent artists step by step how to do these things, you know, instead of just, oh, this is the advice, this is what you got to do this, you know, and they don't really know where to start, you know. So that's what we're doing, creating something for them, man.
And he's mad funny all day.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Instagram for that is Be Aliens with a Z. So go follow, tap in. We'll be dropping a video today actually on how to get your song on Spotify playlists, like step by step. So
Yeah. I also want to say all the producers that submitted were just, I'm not even just saying that to gas anybody, like it was really hard for us to pick. Yeah. So that being said, like if you want to connect, just IG, you can feel free to hit me on IG, just DM with any questions and stuff like that, because literally like I was super blown away. I didn't know what to expect, but like all y'all are so fire. So yeah, feel free to reach out. Like if you guys played your beats today, like literally all of them, I think like I could find different homes. So feel free to reach out, questions or whatever.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hit me up, bro. I'll answer.
You do. They both answer all hella fast, so don't be shy. And then Gnarly, do you have anything you wanted to promote or just talk about, or how can we support you? Where can we find you? All those good things.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, gnarly.music, where I post a lot of finger drumming content and stuff like that. And I'm on Spotify as well. I mainly release a lot of like lo-fi chill beats, and got a new one dropping on the 5th of July. So check that out.
So
yeah, it's been great. Like everyone said, it was super hard to choose between the beats. Like there was a lot of talent here today, so I'm really grateful to be part of this panel and being here and just sharing some knowledge with you guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Thank you to all the speakers for showing up. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll continue to support you for sure.
Before we hop off, can I jump in real quick?
Yeah.
Please.
Cool. Demetrius, Jonah, Gnarly, and Malik, we were so excited to have you on this weekend. Marley and Tammy were gassing you up. We had a team meeting on Thursday and they were like, yo, we have such great speakers coming on. You have to pull up, you have to bring your friends. And they were going hard for you to make sure that we had a great event today. So thank you for coming and thank you for staying on a little bit longer than expected. But thank you to our audience for being here as well. Like we said, we have events every single weekend for free. And we do this for the community. So we hope to see you all next week. Thanks, everyone. Amazing. Demetrius, go eat some lunch.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. I'm probably gonna eat a little noodles.
All right, y'all. Thank you all so much. Have a good one. We'll connect offline.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.